Good evening, guys. Welcome back to the 254 node, where we speak on matters on cryptocurrencies and investment with a difference. 2020 has so far gone against most individual hopes and expectations. Most people ushered in the new year with hopes and expectations of a better year than the previous one, filled with more opportunities, better health, and so forth. Tragically, this hasn't gone as per those wishes and aspirations. Good thing is, we still have several months before 2020 comes to an end. Currently, the globe is being ravaged by a pathogen which is threatening to bring our way of life and overall economy to its knees. Global markets and industries haven't seen such a worse time like this in a very long time, even when you take into account the recent 2007-2008 financial crisis. Unlike the last global recession, this time round people are not going to work, hence the factories are grinding to a halt. Among the sectors highly impacted by this pandemic include the airline industry, which is yet to recover from the Boeing 737 MAX debacle, and the hospitality industry as well. People are scared of going out of their homes. As such, they are not traveling for vacation and staying in these resorts and hotels, which are responsible for the employment of over 30 million people in the US alone. In order to stave off global economic depression in 2020 that could lead to a financial meltdown, governments across the world are doing their best to stimulate their respective economies. Recently, the Hong Kong government gifted its citizens an equivalent of $1,280 with no strings attached. This comes after months of riot and now the virus which shall not be named. In the US, Donald Trump congratulated the Federal Reserve for slashing their interest rates to nearly zero. He is quoted as saying, "It makes me very happy." Trump is said to have said this in an appearance in the White House briefing room. But it seems like that may not be enough to save the sinking ship. Congress recently passed an economic stimulus package which is by far the largest in American history. President Trump signed it on the 20th of this month. Even his die-hard populist followers are not eager to call him out, as opposed to 2007 when then President Obama passed a similar relief package. They just can't wait to receive the much needed financial relief, which we shall be looking at later on in this video. Today, the world finds itself in a relatively familiar yet precarious position. It's like deja vu. The same issues which led to the meltdown back in 2007-2008 are back to haunt us, as they were never really fixed. Government simply slapped on a band-aid on them, and the economic machine moved on, just as broken, just as corrupt. No one was led accountable for their responsibilities. Any American taxpayer earning up to $75,000 will receive $1,200, with couples who earn up to $150,000 per year receiving $2,400 respectively. Similarly, couples earning up to $198,000 or $99,000 as a single individual will have their share of the amount decreased, with children in a couple or single household receiving $500 per child respectively. As you know, there isn't anything such as free lunch. These checks the government is looking to ship out to the millions of Americans is money stolen from your children's future. They will have to pay for their parents' mistakes later on. with an interest, of course. Lack of proper fiscal sanity and oversight is what has led us to this point. The Fed can simply turn on their money printing machine and voila, you have money. You, of course, cannot do that. It is called forgery and you will go to jail if you do that. By increasing the amount of fiat floating around, they rob you of your wealth courtesy of inflation, something Bitcoin is bound to have lower as time goes on. In fact, after the forthcoming halvening event around May 24th, BTC will have an inflation of less than 2% compared that of the USD at 2.3%, which is only bound to increase with time. To learn more about this halving event, you can check out a video I made under the description below. Global airline companies will need financial assistance to the tune of $200 billion if they are to weather the effects of the current restrictions enforced by governments due to the current virus. That being said, the current pandemic only acts as a catalyst to bring out the rot in these corporation dealings. Just like with the banks back in the previous recession, airlines have spent a better part of the years leading to debt buying their own shares. The US airlines lead the pack in share buybacks. They have to date bought close to $13 billion worth of their own shares, effectively propping up their quarterly earnings per share. This begs the question, why is the American taxpayer being used to reward these greedy corporations and CEOs? Of the $2 trillion relief package, $46 billion will be allocated to the airline industries, $25 billion to the passenger airlines, $4 billion to cargo, and the remaining $17 billion to industries deemed crucial to national security. Boeing had requested $60 billion for a bailout, which without a doubt they will receive later on as the bill gets amended. There are measures which have been put in place to ensure that the players follow set rules and regulations, such as not participating in any buybacks using the relief money. But in the end, these regulations will only be effective as long as those enforcing them are tough enough to see them through, which they failed to do so after 2008. Don't hold your breath. The hospitality industry, which we previously saw employs millions of Americans, will get much needed relief, $100 billion to be exact, though the cruise ships won't be able to get a portion of the money, neither will the oil companies. Businesses using alcohol to produce hand sanitizers will have the excess taxes suspended for this year. Employer payroll taxes shall have 50% of the excise taxes deferred to 2021 and the remaining 50% to 2022. The healthcare ecosystem shall similarly receive $100 billion via means such as Medicare reimbursements, grants, and other direct federal payments. Every cloud has a silver lining. By flooding the markets with this $1 trillion bailout, the Fed and the government essentially promotes the need for Bitcoin and other related cryptocurrencies. As an avid investor seeking alternatives to the US dollar and other financial instruments, BTC offers unrivaled attributes which make owning a portion of it in your portfolio not only profitable but necessary if you are to survive and thrive during these troubling times. Always do your research to educate yourself before investing in cryptocurrencies. If you need more information on which cryptocurrencies, I have made a video which shall take you through some of the projects I do believe are worth holding into your portfolio, as well as if you're looking at where the rich are putting their money into which projects. Check the links under the description and you shall be able to find more information about the said topics. Well, that's it for the video, guys. Thank you so very much for taking your time to watch or to listen to me. I do appreciate your time. Thank you so very much for being with me. If you found value in this video, then consider sharing the video with your friends, with your family, and let's get word out about the value of cryptocurrencies and the freedom they offer us. If you would like to support me and the channel, I would do appreciate if you would consider subscribing, as I release regular videos each and every single week, which I do believe you are enjoying to this point. Thank you so very much. I would also like to hear your feedback from you. I do take my time to go through each and every single one of the questions that I receive, and I would enjoy our interactions. So that's it. Thank you so very much. Catch you on the next video.